Alright, here we go. More Halo 4. Still last game in this collection. Which means if we beat this one tonight, we gotta watch the credits. Assuming there is a watch credits button. I guess if we're gonna go after Didact, then... Yeah, we're probably getting close to the end, because this game really doesn't have a whole lot going on in it.
Create the Prometheans from ancient humans. If he wants to finish the job, he'll have to find it first. Our best bet to stop him is keep him firmly on Requiem. Let's hope Lasky didn't skimp on that Pelican.
I think I picked up ammo. What the heck am I using? What is this gun? Where were... That wasn't earlier. You weren't there. Gun? Where were you the whole time? What gun is that? DMR, railgun. You different. DMR. See, that's what I'm holding. Is that jetpack?
Initiating pre-flight diagnostics. Forward autocannon, check. Lateral rail turrets, check. Main thrusters, check. Auxiliary boosters, check. All right. Keying engine.
Once more, run to the
Before we
breach.
find another ride home. You know that, right?
It'll be okay.
Contact. Didact dead ahead.
You don't say.
Those shields.
Marking 2 of the larger facilities on your HUD. They're acting as traffic control for resources moving to and from the satellite. If we disrupt their communications, I can forge an override code and convince it to lower those defenses.
Yeah, this game's story really hasn't had a whole lot going on in it, has it? You go away. Stop. I don't know why it's funny that it just explodes into pieces from a regular gun. Like, practically machine gun. And also... this gun! Oh, did I miss? I totally missed, didn't I? I didn't mean to sound so pathetic with it. Did I miss? Jeez. Yeah, it's like Chief woke up, Cortana's breaking, we're learning about origins of things, and then some humans came to try to answer our SOS, but we gotta stop Didact. Like, there's not a whole lot going on here, is there? Like I was saying last time, I think I was saying this. Like, I don't know if I really want to do Halo 5 and Infinite.
Of course, if Infinity wasn't on its way back to Earth, locating and disabling it would be trivial.
We can handle it.
That's hardly the point, is it? I found the carrier wave generator. It's on the opposite end of this chamber.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do the other games because I hear they just are not good.
Gondola to cross to the other side. Find the activation switch.
Hang on, I'm grabbing grenades. Activation switch, okay. Like, I don't want to say Halo's out of ideas, but I don't know what they would do for a 5.
Out of our old playbook. I'm going to tune your shields to emit an EMP at the same frequency as the communication network. All you'll need to do to trigger it is to make physical contact with the carrier wave generator.
Yeah, unless we're gonna take back Reach.
Taking fire, starboard side.
Unless we're gonna take back Reach, I don't know that there is really anywhere else to go. Unless Cortana dies at the end of this, and then Halo 5 is about making a new Cortana. This gun really is not meant for distance.
we stopping?
Maybe this gun is.
Stopping.
I don't think so.
They've overridden the gondola controls.
Light up the override on the HUD. Cortana.
How about I
the
override their override?
Here.
Like, I don't... I was gonna say, I don't know that I like fighting Prometheans.
Taking fire, starboard side.
They don't feel like they add a new level of strategy to anything. And I would say, like, oh, that's always been Halo's biggest problem. It's like, well, I mean, I feel like 2 did a pretty good job of fixing that. So I wouldn't say always been a problem, but
Why are we stopping?
it is interesting that the first game had a problem of lack of enemy variety, and then the next game introduces more enemies, and then they don't really
Cortana, the override.
continue adding new enemies. Like, you think they would learn their lesson from the first game, go, oh, okay, enemies are important. Enemy variety is important for, level design and stuff like that. How about we just introduce new enemies every game? But no, it's like, oh, we got a good enough enemy pool right now. We can, not add any new enemies at all until Halo 4. I can't, oh wait. This is why I like having a health bar. I like knowing how close I am to dying so I can
Fire, starboard side.
react more appropriately. I saw a Reddit thread the other day. I forget what the exact prompt was. It was something about like, what was a game that was really highly praised when it came out, but
Why are
then
we stopping?
on reevaluation, people
They've
don't like
overridden
it.
The gondola controls.
Light up the override on the HUD.
And as in like, something that
The override.
basically more like a hyped release that didn't live up to the hype, but people didn't realize until like the hype was gone. And I think Halo Infinite was the game. It was either 5 or Infinite. It's like the reply said how, hey, this is just another form of machine gun. What are you doing? I'll keep it, I guess. See what its strengths are, but yeah, someone had said something about one of the Halo games promising to add features that they've been missing for a while. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like, are there modern shooter mechanics that Halo still does not have up at this point? Which is a little ironic considering, Halo revolutionized the first-person shooter genre, and then, to think it ever got stagnant. Pick up a new one. So, I just... Maybe I should look up what they add in 5 before I promise doing 5. Oh, hello. Straight up an elite. 2 elites. It's a wrong grenade. Tag Garrett. I hear you coming around. Yeah, I hate to sound like I suddenly think Halo was awful. It's like, no. It's just... I'm probably not alone in feeling like maybe 4 is where the series got stagnant and stopped introducing exciting ideas.
The lockout has been released, but
Which I could understand is just a result of like, it's Xbox's cash cow. They're probably at a point where they're being forced to make new games, even though they don't have ideas for new games. And that's just, you know, that's not good for a game. It's never good. Not good for anything, really. I mean, just look at shows that are like Johnny Test, you know, where they keep making crap up and they keep rehashing crap, and it's just, you know, not fun to watch, even if you like the show. Which I also don't mean that as like, you know, not jumping on a hello Johnny Test hate bandwagon. Like, I liked Johnny Test when I was growing up. It's probably not something I would watch now, but you know, if you like Johnny Test, I'm not gonna be like, oh, why do you watch that crap? It's a bad show. Like, no, I recognize that it has entertaining episodes. Light rifle, yeah, I think I'd rather have that right now. You know, need some precision. But like, trying not to say specifics, but I think I'm kind of forcing myself into a corner here. Is like, Johnny Test is a Canadian television show, and Canadian television laws are different than America. And I don't actually remember the exact specifics, but it's like, you know, they need to keep making a certain amount of episodes. You know, it's not just like the SpongeBob effect, you know, where it just goes on for so long that they just run out of ideas anyway. It's like, I don't know if Johnny Test has been going on that long, but for as long as it has been going on, they have, well, okay, that's not phrased correctly because that makes it sound like, oh, even from the beginning. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. Oop, don't waste that ammo. Like, it definitely reached its point where they just have to keep making new episodes, but they're out of ideas, so they just keep revisiting ideas. And it, again, not to be like anti-Johnny Test, but it is one of the shows that is the best example of that effect.
Okay, start us back up.
That Canadian television laws has on a show, because that show has like they have certain episode tropes that they keep going back to, like a race. I think that's one of the ones that they just, there's like 7 episodes where it's just a bunch of the characters get together and it's like, we're gonna race.
They're not gonna make this easy, are they?
And that's the point where it's like, okay, they're clearly out of ideas. I forgot how I even got on that tangent. Oh well. Don't know why I'm coming over here to pick up Promethean grenades. I don't need Promethean grenades. Hey, buddy. Looked like he had a sword.
Look out!
I should probably pick up a new gun. Gee, I wonder if they're gonna override the controls again.
Got another squad moving to override the transport controls.
Wow, they're overriding the transport controls? I never would have thought.
Power this crate back up. We're just about to the carrier wave generator.
Yeah, I don't like fighting these guys. Like, the small guys are nothing really new. And the, what are they called? The knights? They feel like damage sponges. Maybe I'm just having troubles hitting their critical hit spot. Which maybe I find it easier on elites and brutes. It just seems like they got too much health. They need to just stop. And I think the story being less compelling is definitely also hurting. I mean, you know, naturally. It's like revisiting Halo, the story has definitely been an appeal. And with a less compelling story, it's like, okay, well, do I want to see where it goes after this? I don't know. Will it get compelling? Will it stay less exciting? Only people who have played Halo 5 could answer that question. Or people who just know how Halo 5 goes. You don't have to have personally played it. You can just know secondhand, I guess. You could have watched a Let's Play. But you know what I mean. Shut up down there. It's also not good that some of these guns also feel like rehashes of other guns. I think I was saying that last time. It's like it's just the Promethean version of insert gun here. You know, this gun is Promethean assault rifle. There's the scatter gun, which is Promethean shotgun. This is basically the Promethean covered in carbine. And then I think there was what I think was down here was the gun that's like the even more precise Promethean weapon. So it's like the Promethean sniper rifle with even less ammo, but even more zoom. Here's it's like right there, bolt shot. It's Promethean pistol or Magnum. Is it appropriate to call the Magnum a pistol? So this is like an all toads or frogs kind of situation. Wait, I gotta turn on fan. Hang on. Again, you think with it getting cold out now, starting to be colder out, you think that would mean it'd be cool in the house right now. It is not. Wait, don't live without me! Yeah, more enemies on the gondola. Didn't we do this in Halo 2? The gondola?
On the platform! That's the carrier wave generator. Enter the carrier field to trigger the suit's EMP.
Like, I don't mind the throwback to Halo 1 with having to use my shields to do an EMP. It's fine. It's one of those things you think they would do multiple times because it's a thing that he can do, that Chief can do. What is it again? With the incinerator cannon. Oh yeah, the one with the icon where it's like, what even is that? Is that a different gun? No, it's the bullet. It's the entire bullet.
Give it a second.
The others scatter like embers of a sand. And yet the librarians
Well done. All communications from this tower have ceased.
My shield gets slower. I could swear one of the games made it faster. Now it's slow again. Well, might be the way we go. Sure hope I don't get commandeered again. Come on. Oh, did I get the other guy? Oh, no, there he is. Stop running. Stop running with your lack of legs. You know, I completely forgot I have a jetpack. Wasn't there a more? There we go. Maybe it looks like I gotta go back up the, or no, just up the top of the gondola to get the gondola started again.
The mantle of responsibility for the galaxy,
Bye.
but only the Forerunners are its masters.
Cortana, where's this coming from?
Where's what coming from?
The Didact's voice.
I'm not picking up anything, Chief.
He's there. Keep trying.
Oh, we're not stopping? Okay, good. Think there are gonna be enemies over there when we stop? So the motor noises stopped, but the gondola didn't. I don't know why they decided to do that. Shouldn't the motor noises stop when the gondola stops moving?
Covenant air traffic's increasing. If we don't disable the other tower quickly, reaching the Didact could become exponentially more difficult.
I didn't realize those weapons caches were just on the Pelican itself. They don't seem secure, so I thought they were like shelves sat next to it. Just seems a tiny bit odd to me, that's all. I don't know why the controller vibrating is hurting my thumbnail. It's hurting the nail on my thumb. That doesn't make any sense to me. Can you stop? What? I totally hit you with that. That totally didn't hit. And yet it counted it. I'll take it, I guess. I'm on fire. Great. It'll be fine.
There's a lot more comm traffic passing through this tower than just what's servicing the Didact satellite. These systems use data attenuators to regulate the flow of communications. Destroying those would drown out the tower's transmissions. The tower's instructions to the Didact shields would be drowned in the noise.
So I'm just thinking about how, with the Pelican being on fire, it's like, man, it's too bad it's not like Xenoblade X, where the mech repairs itself when you're not in battle. I really like that about Xenoblade, just in general, that the battles are basically self-contained, because all of your your health comes back when you're not in combat. It's not completely isolated because you still have things like the party gauge that stays full to an extent. You know, it'll deplete over time, but you can still like go into one fight with higher bar because you did a fight before.
Let's see if we can find his controls around here somewhere.
Also, like talent arts, those will charge and stay charged between each fight. And I'm actually really surprised how generous they are with, like, the stuff relating to the mechs. Because it's like, oh, they got limb damage, and if the limbs get damaged, you can't use that weapon in battle. And they got fuel. It's like if you run out of fuel, then you can't use it. But the limb damage, just like your main health, repairs when you're not in battle. And the fuel goes back up when you're not in the mech at all. And you can also... Do those explode? Oh, I'm out of ammo. Time for overkill. Now give me a gun. Give me the gun that was in your faces. Can't tell me you don't have built-in guns, because you shoot me. I know you have them. And I also found out today, because I have enough mechs to have all of my party members have a mech. And I was like, well, I might as well, start doing that now. But before I do that, I want to know if my allies die in their mechs. If their mechs blow up, does that cost me something? Oh, there we go. Found more ammo. Because, if my mech has insurance, does theirs have insurance? Basically, no. They will always get the see, there it is, binary rifle. That's the one I was talking about. That's like, oh, it's like the see, this is the carbine, and the one I'm holding is the sniper rifle. Yeah, basically, when your allies are in the mechs, that the QTE that you can do to prevent your mech being lost from costing you anything, they always get a perfect on it. So, if they die, it just comes back.
3 central attenuators. We'll have to sever all 3 connections.
Though even if you get a perfect on that QTE, you still have to go back to your base to get your mech back, which is annoying. I had my mech, the mech that I was in, blow up, and I got the perfect, but my mech was not there. It didn't follow me when I fast travel like it usually does. Dang it. So yeah, I gotta fast travel all the way back home, get my mech again. It's for pain, especially because I'm on a quest that's just ever so slightly silly. So I've beaten Chapter 9, so now I can get the flight module. And of course I want that, so I'm doing the quest to get that now. The quest has a party size restriction of 1. Which means you have to be by yourself. Aw, man. Did I blow myself up? Yeah, party size restriction of 1. Which means you're by yourself. And I didn't think that would be a problem, because I thought it'd be like, oh, you just test out the flight module. You put it in your mech, you fly around a little bit, you go to... Oh, that's not the... That's what I thought I was shooting. Wasted my sniper ammo. No, actually, I think it's day out. Well, it's more like evening right now, I guess. Joke doesn't make sense because in-game it's probably not even... Never mind. But no, you don't get to test it right away. You've got to get the components for it. By yourself. Over in Area 4. Oh right, I gotta shoot it. It's like, I'm not gonna cry bad game design. I don't think it's bad game design. I just don't get it.
Cortana, are you hearing him?
No! Didact?
Where? Do I gotta go to the hello? Put to auto sentry. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't get why I gotta farm enemies by myself. I've noticed, and I might have already mentioned this, I've noticed that when they restrict your party size to 3, it's because they want to pick the 4th for you. They want someone to join you while you're out there. I don't know if they're going to do that with this quest, but I don't like that it's 1. If you want to have someone join me, fine. But be by myself while I farm materials? I don't know why. I don't understand. And I'm starting to dislike the enemy placement again. Because I did a quest. Like, it's a quest that popped up after chapter 8, I think. Which I did. I managed reasonably fine. So I figure I'm not under level, I don't think. Maybe I could check the wiki to see if I'm... But no, wait, if they expected me to be a certain level, they would level gate the missions. They do that. So they would have done that if they wanted me, if they thought I was falling behind, or if they expected me to be a higher level, it would literally say... But I'm not doing a main story quest. It's like a side quest. That it wanted me to go, free some captives. It's like, okay, I'll go do that. But the area wanted... Actually, no, wait, no. It was I'm thinking of the wrong quest. So there's a quest that they wanted you to do before being able to do Chapter 9. They wanted you to go spy on an enemy base, get some intel from there. Actually, not really spy. That's not the right... it wasn't like a stakeout. You just had to go get some data from a computer. A computer is in an enemy base where the enemies are about level 40. Or maybe it was more like 45 and 50. Way too strong for me to safely go there. But then the enemies, they spawn after I get to the computer. And it's like, oh no, they knew we're here, we gotta fight them. Level 30. Much more in the range of what I could deal with. So, I don't, like, if they wanted you to come here when you're level 30, why are the rest of the enemies not also level 30? It's, it's different from the problem I was having with the turret mission I mentioned, where the turret was behind enemies that were way too high a level for you. Because that, you go around the enemies, you can skirt them. But this was literally in their base, on a mountain. You had to climb past level, whatever, like 40, 50 enemies to get to the thing they wanted you to do. And then the enemies they spawn don't match that level. So, what are they doing? And it's, it doesn't really go with that idea of like, oh, well, it's like you're on an alien planet. You gotta be careful about the nature. Not like the crocodiles thing I said about the jungle. Like, it's completely different because they want you to be surrounded by these enemies, but then also not fight them. I don't know why I'm going this way. I don't think I have to. I don't think I have to deal with their business. Like, I guess they expected you to do what I did. Get out from behind the pillar. I guess I expected you to do what I did, where I
The
took
system's
my...
overloading. I don't think we'll be having any more trouble from those shields.
I took my mech and I just basically sped past the enemies. The tower that they wanted you to go to didn't have any enemies out, you know, like guarding the door. It was easy enough to run past them all and then not, you know, not be in combat when I got to the computer, so that, you know, the cutscene would activate and whatnot. So I guess they meant for you to... Oh man, this thing really is good. I think I took that guy out in one shot to the face. One well-placed shot. And those guys feel like damage sponges, so it's good to have this. Something that can actually unsponge them. There's probably some kind of liquid that, like, even sponges can't super absorb. But I don't know what it is. Paint. But yeah, it's like... It didn't feel right running past all the enemies. Because you think in an RPG, if you're going past enemies to a quest objective, they want you to fight the enemies on the way there. And then the quest I was talking about with the rescuing the captives, it's in a similar situation where it's like, even though you can accept that quest like right at the end of chapter, or start of chapter 8 or 9 or whatever it was, it doesn't feel like they expect you to do it right then, even though that's how every other quest has felt. Like, they expect you to take it on as soon as it's available. I shouldn't be wasting this on them. And it also doesn't have, like, a level indicator or anything like that saying, like, hey, don't do this now. It's only... Did he blow us both up? It's only once you get there and you look at all the enemies in the base and it's like, oh, this is a quest that's going to be sitting in my quest log for like 10, 20 levels. Now, I guess to be fair, so the game has like a sort of indicator of how difficult an enemy will be when you start targeting them. Isn't it? Yeah, he totally blew us both up. Dang. There's sort of an indicator. Like the level icon above their head will, you know, not only tell you like, hey, this enemy is like level, you know, to 10 levels ahead of you. It'll also change color depending on their difficulty, with like gray being this will be easy, and then purple being one step up from that, and then it just goes until you get to red. Basically loop through all the colors.
He knows
Where do we
what
go
we're
now?
trying to do. If we try to get too close to that ship, we're dead. I have an idea. Head for that waypoint.
You're back inside? No, I know it's on the outside. Yeah, basically goes through all the colors, starting at purple, and then I think it's blue, green, yellow, red. And I think the enemies in that base were purple, so technically I could try to beat them. The size of an enemy is also a pretty good indicator.
Those fires we keep running into are being controlled from this tower. Get me to the control room, and we might be able to reposition them to block the Didact ship from leaving.
And they're humans, you know, roughly human-sized enemies, so they're not... You know, I think there is a pretty big difference between a level 30 enemy that is, you know, about the same size as me and the rest of the playable characters, and then a level 30 enemy that's huge. Maybe more an indication of the amount of health they have rather than actual difficulty. Because there are still huge enemies that are like, oh, they're, you know, little levels below me. I'm not gonna die in one shot to them. But it does take a while because they're big. Oh no, he's pulling floor away. No! If only I had some way of avoiding these pitfalls. I guess I'll never figure it out. I see you over there, Jackal. I see you. Excuse me. Give me that. Need it. Get it. Need. Needles. Needler. Really wasn't going for a pun, but it works. Oh, wait, that's not the gun I had. Not what I wanted. I tried to reload. When will I learn? It's been how many games? It's been six games. I still haven't learned. Thank you. Weird how they took away dual wielding, but they never took away this. Is that maybe an ODST? I don't remember. But yeah, just a little bit frustrated that I've got to do that grinding on that quest without any allies to make the grinding take less time because, you know, more people means more damage means fights take less time. Just a tiny bit annoyed. I don't know what the other enemy I need to grind off of will be, because I need 2 components. I'm starting with the one that's in the area 4. I think the desert was area 3, so yeah, that'd be... It wants me to go to the desert next, so area 3, to get an idea of where that is. Progression-wise.
I'm seeing this pulse at the top of the tower. We need to be
He blew
there
himself up.
yesterday.
If I had $1 for every enemy that has blown himself up in this game with plasma grenades, aside from the suicide bombers, I'd have $5. Or 6, I don't know. Is that a hunter? You like Promethean grenades? Ow. Ow. I do think, I was saying last time, like, oh, they don't have very interesting party members. I do think I'm starting to get into the point where I'm unlocking more interesting party members. All the more frustrating. Why I gotta do this quest alone? Not really. Just joking. Like, really, any party would be better than being alone. I'd even take Doug. So I don't have anything against Doug. I just think it's funny to keep bringing him up. I was gonna say, you gotta turn around. You know where I am, right? You know how to be a hunter, right? I think this guy was asleep on training day. Or maybe I'm just missing. Ow. He said no, my fists hit harder. Where am I? Okay, before the hunters. Good enough. I'll take that. I'm not fighting you on the bridge. I have dense cover, so why don't you come over here? Oh, you're not allowed to cross the bridge? Okay. Still kind of annoying that they don't seem to blow up with needler needles. Oh, there's the explosion. And it took his back plate off. Did the other guy fall? I'll take it. Covenant Carbine again. One thing I'm worried about with the mech flight module, I feel like I'm annoying anyone who's played the game because it's like, they're not mechs, they're skells. It's like, yeah, but mech is easier for people who don't know the game to be able to follow. So I'll probably keep calling them mechs. The thing I'm worried about with the flight module is the way they introduced it. It seems like I need an entirely new mech to be able to use it. I have to specifically buy one of the ones built for flight. But it's also called the flight module, which makes me think it's something you insert in our existing mech to allow it to fly. I'm hoping it's something I insert in my existing mechs, because if I have to buy an entirely new mech, I would be disappointed because I just bought one that I really like. It's a light frame, which, you know, means that it controls nice when it's a vehicle. And it also has a pretty large amount of health. And it's got a weapon on it that I like, which I think I could take it off. I don't think the frame has a signature weapon. I think I could change it, put it on any other frame. But the fact that it comes with it makes me like it more, because it kind of is like it's a signature weapon. Also, as you can imagine, mechs are expensive, so I imagine it would be pretty expensive to buy one specially built for flying. Ooh, there was another turret. Have I at least blown up all the other Banshees? I think I have. I got a checkpoint, so that's a good sign. What's also funny about me having 4 mechs now, I say that means I can have a party full of mechs, but I tried to, and my 4th guy said he's not level high enough to use one. So I had myself, Lynn, and Elma in mechs, and the 4th guy said to be on foot. This is really funny to me. I was really amused. I think he's close to level enough to use it, though. I think it's going off of the level of the frame, which was the one I wanted to put him in would have been level 30. And he's not level 30 yet, so I imagine once he's level 30, he can use it.
Tapping into this fire central net. They're mine. Now to imprison them.
What are you doing?
I can't resist Prometheus. Like Dr. Halsey imprisoned me. Chief,
His ship's online. They're leaving.
I'm sorry. I don't know what...
Track those liches. We can go across them to get to the Didact ship.
Wait, across them?
Yes.
There are several liches moving in formation towards the Didact ship. We're only going to have one shot at this.
Oh, it's an elevator.
Okay,
Straight to outside. Oh, okay. Jump into a cutscene. I feel like the armor of that ship should be
I don't know.
not knifeable.
They're jumping into slip space. Get below deck.
No time.
Good thing I still have the jetpack. Composer. I don't want to say that I think this is the final level, but Composer sounds like a final level name.
Cortana,
Still here.
a halo?
Installation 3. It's where Infinity found the coordinates to Requiem.
Then why are they bypassing it?
Because the composer's not on the ring. What are you waiting for? That station's not gonna save itself. Put me into the console.
This is UNSC Master Chief to base. Do you read?
Yes, I read you. This is Sandy Tilson of Ivanov Station. We're under attack.
They're after a Forerunner artifact you took from the Halo ring.
How do you know about that?
Doctor, I need you to protect that artifact until we arrive. Send whatever...
Do you know what that condescending bitch said to me after our first game of chess?
Cortana,
Even I don't call him by name anymore.
correct your approach.
Yes, well, he also said he works better alone.
I can see why you chose him, Catherine.
Cortana,
I'm your greatest achievement and you detest
hold up. Now!
Oops. It'll be fine. They do that to our ships all the time. Except with the hoses, so not quite the same.
Can't stop them. It's like 1,000 of me arguing all at once.
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
Oh, thank God. When your signal cut off,
Doctor, listen to me. You have to issue the order to evacuate the
We've
station.
been trying. The Covenant, they've already taken over the landing bays.
That kills
Send me your
me!
coordinates.
and Master Chief was still talking in the cutscene.
I'm sorry. I just can't stop them. It's like 1,000 of me arguing all at once.
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
Oh, thank God. When your signal
Well,
cut
I was
off,
thinking
Doctor,
about...
listen to me. You have
I
to
was
issue the order
trying to make
evacuate the
new
station.
countermeasures.
The Covenant, they've already taken over the landing bays.
Send me your coordinates. I'll see what I can do about clearing an evac route on my way to you.
So I was trying to make new raid countermeasures for my streams. And I wanted to get some more clips of me doing stupid stuff. That back there would be a good clip. That'd be a good clip to use. Wait, since when did jackals do that? Yeah, I like how I had the carbine in the cutscene, but then we crashed and suddenly I don't. Well, now I'm cutscene accurate. Nice flip. Come on. You too. Get out of here. Run out of carbine ammo already. What? How did that miss all of them? You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna die. Surprisingly, I didn't. Jackal, seriously, nothing. Oh, that's why it was 2 grenades. I was just thinking, like, oh, it threw 2 grenades at me. This is 2 at a time. Didn't consider the possibility of a suicide grunt. I should probably take this. That I saw an invisible guy. And we're probably good. But, you know, despite what I said earlier about, like, oh, I'm getting to the party members that are more interesting in X, I still feel like the game has a quality over quantity problem. Because, like, if they're not with you, they're not there, you know? It's like the opposite. Whoops.
The harbor master controls can erect a barricade over the bay, but we'll have to locate them.
It's like the opposite of the first game, where, you know, you only had 3 people on the field, but technically, you know, lore-wise, everyone was there. So if you look at the game realistically, you have all 7 party members active in every battle. But then X is like, well, if they're not there, they're not there. And you just don't, you know, any kind of banter you could possibly have, you don't get to hear it. You don't get... You don't get them in cutscenes. And that's also, like, a problem, because you don't get them in cutscenes. You know, it's a problem to not have them in the cutscenes, because then they're just not part of the... They're not participating in the story, like, for most of the characters. Like, really, the only character besides Len and Elma who's really shown up much in the main story is Lau. I don't know if I said, I looked up how many party members there are. There's 17. And Lau is the only one. You know, he might as well be the official 4th party member.
Now, before they collect for another assault, raise the shields.
You know, even though the game doesn't let you have him in your party when he's part of the story, which is why they restrict party members, which is still weird. I mean, not the restricting part, but the fact that they're, like, just have them be part of my party at all times, like the original, like the first game, so that when the story needs them to show up, they can be there. Although I guess I am mistaking, because I'm remembering cutscenes where people showed up and they weren't in the party, like they were not in the same space as me. So I guess that makes sense to have them. You know, they need them to be on the other side of the city at that point in time. So I guess that's fine. I can't help but feel like it's just kind of wrong for a RPG to do that with its party members. And, you know, when they are there, the fourth person doesn't get to say anything because the story only accounted for Lynn and Elma in the writing. So the fourth party member just has to stand there awkwardly, not saying a word. It's weird. Nice try. I don't know if I want this over the shotgun. There it is. But I do want it. Come on. Since when does Jackal Shield beat Sword? So I think I do want Carbine. I want the range on my ranged weapon here. Ow. Ow. Maybe I should have taken cover when my shields were down. Oh no, is this before I killed the sword guy? Oh no. I'm not gonna get that plasma grenade on him again. I got that plasma grenade on him again. Who would have thought? But I didn't find the carbine again. It's probably a Jackal had it. One of these guys. No? Okay. I just gotta deal. Does that have more battery this time? There it is. Ouch. And I think the game does actually have banter written between the party members. Because I had a moment where I'm pretty sure Elma and the fourth guy I had, whose name I forget, starts with a Y, I think. It's like Yelv or something. Pretty sure they had post-battle banter, which I don't think I had heard at all for the entire 9 chapters I've been playing the game. And now suddenly this one random moment had banter between 2 party members that I don't think the game ever really expects to be together. Because they have 17 party members, and that's like a bajillion different combinations of 4. I don't know how you do the math on that. But it's a big number, I imagine, the different combinations. Happy birthday! You know what? It's September. I can say Merry Christmas. Nope. 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 Carbine. Oh, but you got some sword, huh? You want some sword? Sure are happy to give me some sword when you got sword. Kill me in one hit with it. How much have I got on this? 14. 4. No, not me. I see more red dots. Better pick up the pace. My needle's on grunts. What am I doing? I've got 4 battery left. I've got no battery left. You want a concussion? You want a concussion? Oh, you got a concussion already. You got your own concussion. Nice flip. I'm gonna end up blowing up the other guys. Gonna blow up my allies if I'm not careful. Thruster back. That's not the button to use that. I was sideways for a moment. I'm not in a position to take on elites or hunters. Hologram. Ow. Oh, is it that before I pick up? Well, you know what? I feel like that's not very helpful. I could just, you know, sprint. Oh, but what about that guy, huh? That guy's gonna get you. I feel like a concussion rifle should really still hurt them, despite the armor. Armor doesn't make you immune to explosions. That still hurts. My armor doesn't make me immune to explosions. Why is yours different? What do you think hunters look like without their armor? You think they still have the spines? Actually, I think I blow the spines off of their back when I blow the back armor off. They're 2 shots with a shotgun. Take that. What do you think they look like without their helmets? Come on! I take 2 hits to kill you. You can't take 1 to kill me? At least it auto-saved when I killed the first one. That doesn't feel like how this encounter should go. If there's gonna be 2 hunters, I should have to do 2 hunters in one go. But also, they keep punching me to death in one hit, like they're Saitama, the One-Punch Man. So I don't really care that much. But I would like to stop being one-shotted. That would be more fun than saving when one of them is dead.
Spartan, are you alright? It sounds like the end of the world out there.
Sticky detonator.
Door controls.
Tilson's inside the door over there.
I desperately hope you know why all this is happening. Because to be honest, my objectivity isn't doing me a whole lot of good right now. Hold on. I'll start us down.
The device you recovered was a Forerunner weapon. The commander of that ship wants it back.
Wants it back? You don't think you can remove... It can't leave the station. You know that, right?
We don't have any choice, Doctor.
It's not a matter of choice. It took 3 months. And the biggest starship the UNSC could throw at it just to relocate it here. Unless you're a lot stronger than you look. It's not going anywhere.
Can you give Cortana access to the station's supply manifest?
What for?
If we can't move the composer, we have to make sure the Didact can't either.
Oh, wait. We have years of work invested here.
Inventory lists 7 excavation-grade Havoc mines. Just one of those would turn this base into a piñata.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Keep routing your people to the evac centers. Once we take care of the composer, you won't have much time.
I'll, make sure the nukes are primed so you can detonate them remotely. Maybe next time you rescue us, you can give us more time to pack.
Back up your data. Do you not have the cloud in space? You would think in the future they could just back up all their data to one central military science computer. I guess they're not military, but science computer where all the science goes to be stored so science doesn't get lost. Hey, buddy.
Man, it's good to see you.
We got what's this called again? Mantis. It's good. This one's occupied.
What was that?
The Covenant. The Covenant shot
Oops, that's not jetpack.
The station should be equipped with outer turrets. If we can reactivate them, I can program the station's defenses to provide cover for the evacuation.
Okay, I'll send you the coordinates.
Oh, I thought that was the doors. Like, how do I get up there? Why did you do that?
The Mantis expert. I know how to use it to haul cargo, not shoot Covenant.
The watch commander said he was sending someone down who knew how to use the weapons on these things.
What do you mean haul cargo? They don't have hands. You okay? Why were you lying down?
Officer, seal the door behind me.
Your singular value will be preserved and studied. Once your composition has been completed.
The power loss triggered an automatic lockdown. Look for a service tunnel.
Is this it? Why'd you turn your back to me? You've got one job, is to put your shield up. Okay, I got something I want to rant about with Xenoblade X's quest main story quest requirements. Because sometimes it will require you to have completed certain missions before taking on main story chapters. And it's fine. Like, if they want to make sure I've met a certain party member for a quest when they show up in the story, it makes sense. Or like the one I did where I had to go get intel. That's fine. But one chapter I did, I want to say it was chapter 7, required me to do a side quest called The Matchmaker. And basically, what I did is I grouped up with Lau, and I helped one of his squad mates. Like he's not a part of my squad. He's a part of a different squad, but I can have him helping me sometimes if that's what I feel I need. So it's helping him help one of his squad mates ask a woman out. What did that have to do with the main story? Like, I get if it was like the story had to introduce me to a character that was going to become important later. I don't think that waitress is going to become important later. Especially if I die in a corner and the camera gets stuck on my ankle. That's another one of those things. It's like, I don't get why they did that. It wasn't even a good quest. It was pretty much exclusively just go here, go there, go here, go there. Give me materials, buy a pizza. That was all it was. I don't even know why Lau was there. He didn't start in my party, and then later he's like, "Oh, I'll get in your party." And then I bought a pizza and the quest was over. Probably not exactly how that went, but you know, that's the idea. I did not need 4 people to go buy a pizza. Stop.
I think that's the last of them. Let's go.
It's like, that's one of those things I just really want to know why they did that. I'm not even mad, I just want to know what their intention was. Will I see those characters again? You know, I saw Lau again. You know, it's no surprise that Lau will be showing up in other places in the story. But I don't believe for a moment that that waitress NPC is ever gonna be important. If anything, it's just gonna be like we're gonna get attacked again. Actually, I think the attack hadn't happened yet when that quest was required. But we've been attacked before, so if we get attacked again and we have mass casualties, I'm sure one of the details is gonna be like, oh no, the waitress, she died. Or maybe the crew member will die and then the waitress will be like, oh no, he's gone. But otherwise, I just don't see a point. Why did I have to help some guy ask some waitress out? Do I want a carbine? Maybe I do. Man, that's some nice looking jackal armor. Look like the classic elites. Come on. Going up to the carbine. DMR for a moment. Maybe I'll just stick with the DMR. This is fine. Did this explode or did... What happened? Yeah, for as much as I'm growing to respect... Not that guy for killing me in one hit. For as much as I'm coming to respect Xenoblade X, I definitely don't think it's perfect, and I still would argue that it is maybe... This is gonna sound mean, but maybe the worst Xenoblade. If you're not counting individual story DLCs as individual games. Because, at least going off of what Chuck Conroy says, the Future Connected is the worst one. I wouldn't call it that, because I would just call it, the cherry on top of the original Xenoblade Chronicles story. I don't really consider it... I wouldn't consider it its own game. if we're talking about the games as a whole, you know, the franchise, would not call it a game. It's supplemental material. Yeah, I just, there definitely are a lot of decisions that I'm like, why did you do this? Why is this like this? This is not nearly as polished as the first game. And I realize that's a tall order to follow up one of the greatest RPGs ever. Oh, he had a sword. That's why he got me on one hand last time. So I've got to be careful of sword guy. Maybe if I had thrown the correct type of grenade. I mean, I wanted shrapnel grenade. I wanted the frag grenade. But I threw it too soon for it to help. And that one missed. Okay. Do I want that instead of the shotgun? No, not really. Like, I do think X has some cool ideas, and I like what it's trying to do. I respect it for being a more realistic kind of sci-fi thing than the kind of sort of sci-fi-ish fantasy thing that the original game had going on, but it's definitely not as well written. I don't think its gameplay is as polished. And its world design is good for what is, you know, meant to be an alien planet, but it's clearly not as extremely creative as the original game's setting was, you know, being set on the backs of titans. Again, it's definitely like a how do you follow up that kind of experience? See, I could have sworn I had 2 frag grenades, and then I look at them, it's like, oh wait, they're 2 plasma grenades. No, it was 1 plasma grenade and apparently 1 frag grenade.
Insert me into the defense grid.
Maybe if you ask in a different tone of voice, not that voice, please?
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
I'm here. Any luck?
Cortana's bringing the defense grid online now.
Okay, that's it.
I hear it. We'll broadcast the final evac orders.
The nuke?
We're rigging it now. Meet us back on the upper platform and we'll help you get it to the artifact.
You done? Rendezvous with Tilson. Which door? What is that? What is over here?
Chief,
Thester Pack
pull this
Magnum.
off and actually get back to Halsey. Don't tell her how bad I got. Please.
I won't say anything.
Thank you.
Do you really expect Master Chief, the strong silent type, to be blabbing about someone's mistakes? That would just be immensely out of character. And I know I've expressed my problems with Xenoblade 2 as well, also. I still think 2 was better. Like, I have my problems with the... Well, I just said, like, oh, I have my problems with it. I was going to say I have my problems with the writing, but I think ultimately the game has better character dynamics and a more interesting main plot than X has. And I already know some of the well, okay, I was going to say some of the twists. I've already passed the point where they tell me one of the twists. And I know one of the other twists. And I don't think they're good twists. Like, Xenoblade 1 has some really good twists. Like, I was pretty sure I talked about. Well, okay, I've skirted around them. I've said how, like, I like the twists and I want to talk about them, but I can't because, you know, spoilers for a 100-hour-long RPG. But, like, it has good twists. They're twists that make things make more sense when you view it the second time.
They found the composer.
Stop them, Chief! You can't let them tell him it's here!
I think it's too late.
Dr.
This laser
Tilson,
stopped on
the
it.
composer's location's compromised. You've got to get that nuke down here.
It's not ready yet.
Ready or not, I need it now.
I'll ready it myself. Still don't really want thruster pack. It's really jarring that it pulls me out of first person and then shoots me like there. It doesn't feel useful. Yeah, I think the first Xenoblade has twists that add to the story as you go through it again. But with X, like, the twists I knew while I was replaying the story, it didn't make it more interesting. It didn't recontextualize anything. And I'm still waiting for the other twist I know to have really any kind of relevance. It makes me want to look up, like, who the writers for the games are and see if it was different writers for X. But I guess that kind of sounds mean a little bit. I don't know. I don't mean to be mean, but I do think that X's writing is not very good. I was gonna say, it feels like overkill to be using this on some grunts. And then another ghost showed up.
Another way.
Who's over there? Who shoot? Got your gun. Got no gun now. And where are the guys who dropped out of the other ship? You drop a Wraith? You dropped it in a place where it got stuck? They got their Wraith stuck. They deployed it in a place where it got I can't believe that. Okay, it's not that crazy. I think another problem with comparing X to the first game, oh, that's death, is like, you get these scenes in X where it shifts to the villain's point of view and they talk amongst themselves. I don't know that it adds anything. I can't say it adds nothing. I can't say it's pointless. But you know how people don't like the Star Wars prequels because of all the politics? That's kind of what it feels like to me. Whenever they show the villains, it's just like, oh, time for the evil leaders to argue amongst themselves. Stop. Just didn't walk off a cliff again this time. You know, whenever you get a villain's point of view in the first game, it's something that, you know, it adds some mystery the first time. It's like, oh, what does this mean? What does it mean that this person's talking to that person? Who is that person? What is their significance? And then you beat the game, and now you come back to the game again. You rewatch those scenes, and it's like, oh, okay. That's who that character is. That's why they're saying that to that person. Makes sense. It's interesting. You know, it changes how you understand that scene. I don't know that I'm going to have that feeling if I ever replay X. I think when I get to the scenes with villains talking amongst themselves, they're just going to be like, yep, it's the villains talking to each other about blowing up the human race or whatever. Who cares? Like, they're making it pretty clear who they want to be the main bad guy, and I don't know if he's going to be the final boss. There may be a twist where he's not, and some other person is like, ha ha ha, actually, I was pulling the strings the whole time.
Where is he?
But I don't think it's not compelling to watch. All the freaking wraiths.
Dr. Tilson, where's
I
the
should probably get
warhead?
out.
Dr. Tilson.
Head back to the elevator platform. I'll keep trying to raise her.
And I ran out of run stamina. Dang it. And I think I've mentioned this before, but like I've heard that, and it's not spoilers, but I've heard that, okay, maybe it is spoilers. So I guess I'll hold the Magnum while I talk about what might be spoilers, and I will switch to the other gun. That's probably not a good idea because I only have the one bullet. I will switch to the other gun when I stop talking about the spoilers. If you want to mute, in case you don't want potential spoilers. I have heard that the ending starts taking away like there was. I remember it was a COCOM on one of Proton John's streams was saying how they felt that the ending started to take away things that they liked about the game. I still have not gotten to that point, thankfully, and it's just vague enough where I don't know what they're talking about, but I do have some assumptions what that might mean. And I'm worried. And I think that's all I had to say about that.
Mines will be in one of the cargo bays. Start us up.
And I also don't know that whatever that is gonna be... Okay, now it just sounds really cynical, I guess. Like, oh, there's no way the ending could possibly be as good as the first game. Ow.
What's he doing? Cortana, see if you can raise Tilson. Get me a status on the rest of the station.
I can't believe you did that.
Cortana, I need that info. Look, don't think about the Didact. Don't think about the composer. Only focus on finding me Tilson.
Tilson. Sandra Kay. Female, 51 years of age. Doctor of Archaeology.
Pegasi Institute. Got her. Biosignature stable on 350 level. B deck.
Thank you, Cortana.
We're gonna open. The elevator's kind of crooked right now. I don't think it's gonna start moving again. Is it? Oh, well, it's moving. Never mind. Apparently crooked elevators can work. I should go on break. I was supposed to go on break 10 minutes ago. I don't care if we're almost at the potential end of this level section and then it's going to start a new one. I gotta go on break. The music didn't stop there. I was wondering if something broke. I just noticed in my activity feed that there's multiple unknown users who have followed me, and that I wonder if that's the spam that I've gotten. Yeah, but, and they're unknown users now because their accounts have been banned. Was this just another case of the dialogue not loading? Or being weirdly quiet? So clearly there's still sound. There's still sound effects. Oh yeah, sure, that's what I wanted to see in my Halo game. Thank you. Cool. Come on, Chief, get up. I know you're not dead. Halo 5 hasn't happened yet. And Infinite. I'm pretty sure they both still star Master Chief. How do we even know he knows where Earth is? Does he know? Oh, a broadsword, another Halo 1 callback. This place is gonna blow up. We gotta escape on the longsword. What are we gonna do though? I guess we're gonna chase the Didact down. I kept forgetting his name isn't Didact, he's the Didact. See, I thought that's the ship we were taking at the start earlier. Not a Pelican. Turned out that was a Pelican. Now we got this, and we got a single missile. Oh, Chief's already inside. Okay, cool. Wait, it was a longsword the thing that they flew in ODST? Oh wait, no, Reach. That's right, Reach was the one where you got on that spaceship. And then you were in space for a little bit, and then you got in that ship and you blew it up.
Approaching the Didact ship in 200 kilometers.
Yeah, we're gonna board his ship. This has got to be the final level.
Find the bridge.
He's
This
on the
is
move
it.
again.
This is where the case
Find the shields
diverges.
aren't rated for slip space.
No, but the Didacts are.
just gonna do the fly on the ball thing again. Yeah. Not even land. Just be in the perimeter of his shields.
Broadsword's hull integrity is stable. We'll be safe as long as we stay below the Didact shields.
Where's the composer?
Close. I should be able to guide us to it.
You have not been composed. Such inoculation should not have been possible.
Locking onto his transmission.
Oh,
He's
gotta
got
go
the
down.
composer.
Wow.
Take them both out at once.
This reminds me of two things. Oh, no, three things. Being inside the Death Star in Lego Star Wars. You know, that, I don't know. Or no, it was inside the Death Star 2. Blowing up the Death Star 2 in Lego Star Wars. The jetpack levels in Crash. I think that's Crash 2. And flying on the giant bird in Twilight Princess.
Cherenkov radiation fluctuating. We're coming
Oh,
out
also, I
of
got
space.
boosts. I should use boosts. This is kind of Star Fox-like as well, I guess. Yeah, that would... Okay, can't crash into anything or else you'd immediately die. Good to know. If there was a Star Fox mission, Star Fox 64 at least. I don't know about the original,
We're coming out of slip space.
but I know for sure there was Star Fox 64. You're inside something kind of similar. Why even bother shooting anything? Why not just speed?
Sierra 117 to UNSC Infinity. Captain Del Rio, do you read?
Chief, it's Lasky. Is that you?
No,
Take too kindly to his abandoning you on
it's not cheap anymore. All the way back here. This also kind of reminds me of a track that's in Skylander Supercharged Racing.
Radiation fluctuating.
The Archean Forge, I think it's called. Good kind of similar vibe of, you know, being in a flying vehicle, going through tight spaces, some moving parts.
Sierra 117 to UNSC Infinity. Captain Del Rio, do you read?
Chief, it's Lasky. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop trying to shoot stuff, because I keep crashing, trying to do it.
Kindly to his abandoning you on Requiem. I'm afraid I'll have to do.
The Didact's got the composer. We're in a broadsword carrying a Havoc-grade payload. On approach to delivery.
Let's see if we can
Oh right, the missile's the nuke.
Suits, prepare to engage.
Ah. Where'd the sound go? Where's the sound of my guns? Or their guns? Ow! Uh-oh! I don't know if I have a break. Also check it out to see if I have a sub-weapon. Well, at least it wasn't against a turret again. Oh! Okay, carefully. There. I should use the missiles. Except on those. Use them on those. Those will work on the turrets. And there we go again. Doing that on the turrets.
But at the rate the Didact ship is advancing, he'll reach the wire in T-minus 2 minutes.
Commander, direct all your ships to the composer.
Copy that, Chief.
This does kind of feel reminiscent of the final Warthog section in Halo 3.
Hostile inbound. Proceed to condition red. This is Earth orbital defense.
Now look at that lasers.
Against enemy vessel. It's still approaching.
I mean, the big stationary lasers, not the ones that they're shooting at me. I've always had to dodge those.
Infinity to fleet comm. Battle group has reached Didac's ship. Captain Lasky, you are clear to engage.
Whoa. Whoa. Did tell me that's a new checkpoint. Okay. I don't know if you could tell what was going on there. Trying to even myself out between the two, you know, the top and the bottom of the hide space. See, how come I didn't blow up there?
There it is. No, wait.
Infinity, the
Earth?
Didact just closed off our entrance to the composer.
We could try punching a hole in that hull plating, but Infinity won't be able to get a clear shot with all that flak.
We'll take care of the guns.
I'm assuming that's Earth, but I can't see any continents I recognize glancing up at it. I think they're covered by clouds. But I guess that's supposed to be the idea. Okay, neutralize that first. It's funny, it's usually the stuff on the outside you gotta deal with and then the inside, but here, neutralizing this first. Or the inside first, and then are their shields gonna drop, or am I coming at them from the wrong angle? Oh, I think I see. Excuse me, turret. Yeah, there we go.
Whatever you're doing's working. Clear up the approach, and Infinity can drop in to punch a hole for you.
2 cannons neutralized. 2 to go.
It's funny, I can press forward and it looks like I get a little faster, but it doesn't feel like I'm moving faster. Pretty sure this is brake though. I'm pretty sure that's slowing me down. But this does not feel like I'm going faster.
Copy, Cortana. Weapons. Prepare firing solution. We promised to get the Chief inside that ship, and I'm not about to let that man down.
That's the last one. Infinity, you're clear.
Roger that, Chief. You might want to back up a little. Main battery, fire!
Clean hit. We're proceeding to insertion.
Acknowledged. We'll be on station if you need us. Make sure you give the Didact our regards. Infinity out.
Chief, look out! I don't think this is going to end well! Now what do we do?
Plan B.
Isn't that the detonation head though, not the actual charge? What do I know about ballistic missiles? Or any kind of missile,
I
really.
know I'm supposed to know what to do, but
We'll have to deploy the warhead manually. How and where?
I always know what to do. I always know what to do.
Come on, not a turret.
Keep scanning for the composer. We'll figure it out on the way.
At least they started me with the DMR instead of the Assault rifle. And a bolt shot if I want it. Or whatever this is. Actually, wait, hang on. I can see the name. Nope, not okay. Whatever. I don't want hologram. Oh, it's a battle rifle. Saw. Didn't feel like the battle rifle was doing the 3-round burst. Thought that was supposed to be its whole deal. But then what makes the battle rifle different from a DMR if it doesn't have a 3-round burst? Stop being alive, turret! And mana bullets. On this gun, anyway.
Where reason does not stop you. Perhaps force.
Oops. I don't know why I thought that was iron sights. It's never been the button. What are you doing? Did you rebuild them? What gun was that? I guess I'm not gonna know. This probably explodes, right?
Does not stop you. Perhaps force can at least delay you.
I can't get close enough to the wall to push it. Let's blow that up first. Where are you? Keep thinking he's dying when he does that. He's not dying. He's teleporting. He's flying? Scatter shot. Good. I was gonna pick the bolt shot back up. I forgot that was the one I just dropped for the scatter shot. Stop building whatever you're building. Am I going the right way?
I recommend entering the alley to your left.
Did that guy die too? Did he die to his own grenade that killed me as well? Wait, no. That door. I got turned around because I died. And dying doesn't make you... Respawning doesn't automatically make you face the right way. Not every time. Oh, you want to say that to my face? Come over here and say that.
I recommend entering the alley to your left.
Ah, this is great again. Was that light dash? Not a sentry? I think I would prefer that. Right, I'm in this gun. So that's good. Just take a light rifle, that's fine. Oh!
I'll take care of you. Still good for something.
Oh, I didn't need to jump there.
I detected an energy signature ahead. I think it's a transit system like on Requiem. Find a way to access it. I'll try to route us to the composer. Put me in the system.
Is this the secret you've kept from me? This evolved Ancilla?
Is this one safe? Last time I jumped through what I thought was a portal, I died. Don't blame me for being hesitant.
Portal!
I sense your malfunctioning companion, human. And yet, she moves me.
Simultaneously opening another portal.
Don't know which side to stand on. You know how quiet I am when I stop talking about Xenoblade. It's because that's all I've been doing this past like week or two is playing Xenoblade, trying to finish X. Since I'm on chapter 9 now, I'm 3 chapters away from the end. I looked it up. There's 12. I forget if I said. Yeah, that was way too trigger happy. I realize that. Come on. Yeah, I just hope once I get the flight module that it'll be smooth sailing to the end. I feel like there always is, at least for me, there's always that feeling of like when I get close to the end of an RPG, I do start to rush towards the end. I was that way when I was finishing the first Xenoblade. It's like, I remembered up to a certain point, and I did not remember how much was after that. Okay, that could just blow me up a one hit, cool. So when I got to the area I remembered, and I beat that boss I was stuck on, it's like, oh yeah, now we just have, like, a couple of bosses left, and then, no, there was a whole nother area. Thanks for putting a big red circle over where I should put my reticle. So I just hope that in knowing how many chapters long X is, I hope that means when I get to the final chapter, it will be the final chapter and there will not be a, like, oh, well, there's one more area you gotta beat. Ow. Bet your rockets can't fit through that gap. Excuse me. What was that pulse? On my radar. Excuse me. The enemy's pulsing. Send out red pulses. Is that like his detection range or something? Tired of your nonsense. Tired of it. Quit it. Got too much health. Jerk.
I'm sorry. I can't control what my processes are doing. The threats keep reprioritizing themselves over me.
Gravity hammer?
What about the didact?
Have we even seen that anywhere else in the
I can't
game?
hide much longer. I'll try to move you to the composer again.
I don't know what these guns are supposed to indicate. Is this going to be a boss fight? Is it going to be one last gauntlet? Ow. Okay, maybe having gravity hammer and this thing. This stupid aim assist had me snap into the wrong enemy. It's making me follow the little dog guys, but I didn't want to follow the dog guys. I wanted to hit the knight. I'm keeping this. I know I just blew myself up with it, but I'm keeping this. Because I blew up this guy with it too. Now if we could just blow up the correct guy this time. Over here. That guy. Good. Okay, don't want scattergun and the big rocket launcher. I need something long range that is not explosive. Notice how I complain about, like, oh, I don't know if they're just gonna have new guns. These guns are kind of just the same guns as always. And then I don't even use the new guns. I just do the carbine. I just do the guns I know. I mean, I say that while I have this, so it's not true that I'm not using the new ones. Like, I'm actively proving myself wrong with that. Shoot you in the butt. I totally missed him. I see building. Stop. Great, now I gotta re-blow that guy up. Okay, I'm gonna fall back a little bit so I can get more shield. That was cool. I missed, but it was cool. Ow. Also forgot I have the auto turret. More ammo for whatever that was I picked up. That's good. Yeah, this feels final.
Where are you?
The Didact's cloaking the composer from me.
Like I do feel like I'm in the final boss's. I was gonna say room. No, his lair, his castle. Final area.
Reinforcements! Hold them off while I locate the composer.
Wait, binary rifle. Pick that up. Get what ammo I can. Defend, okay. Ha! Dead before you landed. I think my turret is dead too. What are you shooting at? Oh. Okay. Still defend this position. You know, I think part of the reason I tend to rush to the end of an RPG is I want to get to the end before spoilers happen, you know? Like, I know the chances of someone spoiling the ending to a game that I am 97% finished with, it's not very likely. But I still do get that sense of, like, I'm close to the end, I want to see the end before someone ruins it for me. Because you never know. You can never know with the internet, because not everyone on the internet is safe with spoilers. Not everyone is that considerate. It's very frustrating. Be considerate with spoilers, people. I know I could certainly stand to be better about it. Definitely wishy-washy on which games I think, like, oh, everyone knows that ending. I could talk about that. Oh, they come from that way now?
But I don't know for how long. Up here.
And of course, there's always the matter of, like, well, you know, if I'm rushing to the end of an RPG, does it really matter if it gets spoiled for me? I played all of Danganronpa 1 knowing the twist. It didn't ruin it. If anything, it just made me more intrigued, because I was like, okay, well, if that's the twist, how is that even possible? There definitely is a lot of validity to the idea that if the story is good, it shouldn't matter that you had it spoiled. But there also is more fun in seeing the story unfold how it's supposed to the first time, rather than someone coming up to you on the internet and saying,
How do we get over there?
this happens.
Conveyor lift. End of the ramp. If we time it right, our momentum should carry us through the low gravity.
Whee.
Chief, once that warhead is primed, the window for getting out of here is going to be pretty slim.
I know.
And so you come at last.
This is totally the final boss.
Activity. Significant slip space event building under the composer.
He's powering it up.
This is it. This is where the case diverges. I've never been more sure in my life. Oops, keep clicking on that thumbstick. I know better than that. I know run button is not on that button. Don't want that. I probably should. I probably should not go into whatever this encounter is with 8 bullets. Oh wait, is this scattergun? Okay. Take scattergun. Don't want rifle. You know what? If I die, then I'll take light rifle.
The Didact shielded himself inside the composer. The nuke won't do us any good unless we can disable that barrier. Find me a terminal.
Oh, look, a terminal.
I've got to do something you're not going to like.
What did you just do?
I ejected my rampant personality spikes into the system. If I do that in each of those beams, the copies can overwhelm the composer's shielding. Get ready!
But I imagine you're also tearing off pieces of yourself, and that's probably not good, right? Whatever you're building, stop. Oh, that's not drone up there. That's a ceiling light. What? Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get tired of enemies kind of just sniping me. I mean, I realize, like, there are certain kinds of guns that I have to be careful around. And I do need to be more careful of my shield. But it also is the game, like, not conveying the information to me well enough, because, you know, if I get sniped by a guy that's 50 meters away, or 100 meters, or whatever sounds like a long distance in meters, and I don't see him, like, that's not really my fault if he's so far away that he's a speck on my screen. It's also not my fault that I can't tell how much damage I can take from any given weapon past my shield, you know? Like if I took a hit right now, would that empty my shield? Or would it go through the rest of my shield, through my health, and kill me? Like, in not having a health bar, for one thing, it's hard to understand that. It's hard to know how much shield is enough shield to not die to whatever's ahead of me. And that's why I'm finding it hard to be careful with my shield. I don't know what careful is, other than just waiting for my shield to be full whenever I'm missing some. But even then, there have been plenty of times, it seems, where I've had what felt like enough shield, and then I just get one shot out of nowhere and I die. And if Halo 5 is not going to fix that, I don't know that I really want to keep playing these games, honestly. I like Halo. I don't know that we needed it to continue past Reach, frankly. I guess that's kind of mean to say, but they should not have taken my health bar away. Okay, like, obviously, now, take cover, because I had a sliver of shield left, and now I have no shield. Reloading lit up the area, that was kind of cool. But then if someone's got a... Let's spot these guys. And you! Looks like someone pops up with a beam rifle. Am I going to be able to take a shot right now? I'm probably wrong, but I feel like the way it worked in the other games... Like, even the other games that didn't have a health meter display, they still let you take... Like, they still let your shield go empty before any kind of sniper damage could go past this. Like, you had to deplete your shield before you could take health damage. You could not take shield and health damage, unless it was like a grenade. That would obviously be very bad for you. Whee! Did we really sot you, though? Did we sot a guy who's gonna obliterate us and call it directed, whatever? Or composed? It's not the director, it's the composer. More like the decomposer. You go away. Turret, you too. I should probably pick this up. probably the correct gun to be using here because I'm pretty sure the little dog-like guys shoot these bullets. I think they dropped this gun on death because they are that gun. The gun is inside their heads, which is neat. And I said that with the inflection of, like, I had more to say. I kind of... There's probably more to that thought. It's just not coming to me right now. Yeah, it's neat that the enemies are, like, basically have the guns built into them. Teleport away, so I can just kill you somewhere else. Okay, full health, or full shield. Oh, wait. Take care of you. We do not have the same gun. I don't know that I'm going to have enough ammo in this thing to carry me the rest of the way. Oh, sweet, more ammo. I really didn't think they were going to give me more ammo for this. It seemed like a kind of situation where, you know, obviously they're going to throw a lot of knights at me. And this is very good against the knights, so I figure they don't want me having it the whole way through. If I picked it up at the start, I didn't think they would let me have enough ammo for it, for the rest of it. Because, you know, naturally, the difficulty would go up as you go through. So one thing that would make the difficulty go up is not having the gun that's effective against the knights. What is that? There's a shape on my radar. Is it you? Summon an auto turret? Was that what that was? What's that buzzing? Did you forget I'm here? I was hoping I could see an assassination animation for them. I see you over here. I would like to have usable cover, please. Like so. Ah, isn't that nice? Of course you would have that. See, I couldn't tell he had that until I was already blown up. It's not exactly fair. Checkpointing me before I hit the button. That's silly. So I guess I'm just gonna have to run from cover to cover here. It's like a good book. Jeez. Wouldn't mind having that light beam rifle that was over there. That somebody had. This. Yeah, I think what... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, I know what I want to say. I don't know how I'm trying to say it. I think the reason these guys sometimes feel like damage sponges is because there are higher health versions of them. Like this guy. I think that was that. I think that was that type. Okay, seems like a good time to get the light beam rifle. Or the light rifle. Because I think the only guy that's left is the guy with the cheap gun. It's mine now. Right, gotta plug you in. Who's the...
And yet, still you fail.
Better not be shooting Africa again. Haven't they been through enough after getting glassed in Halo 3?
Cortana!
I changed my mind. I don't want this. It only has 4 shots. Take the bomb to the core. That way. I think I could still hear Cortana. I think she was whispering at me. Take it to the core, destroy it. Hey. I see your arm. If this was Xenoblade X, I would have just disabled your weapon. I mean, only if I depleted the health on his arm. Looked like getting hit with the grenades, like, staggered him for a moment. It's like, oh, what? Grenade hit me in the face? I think I also have a... Yes, he did. Oh, over here. Okay. Sorry, it's too busy getting more ammo. You seriously gonna give me this glitch again in this cutscene? Have my resolution? What is this, New Year's Eve? What are you, Magneto? Actually, wait, didn't he grab me like this before? He's gonna drop me off a cliff. What do you mean imprisonment? A bunch of tiny Cortanas coming out of the ground. That's not how I expected Halo 4 to end. You know, I was thinking something about how, like, oh, is Cortana gonna save us by, like, jumping into his armor? Yes. Several Cortanas. My shield should have started recharging by now. Oh, remember that from the beginning when we were climbing? I then never did that again. And now I suddenly have a Promethean grenade. That is it sticky? Did I stick it on him? That's not how those work. Oh no, he fell into the dark toilet! My shield should be recharging now. Press L to crawl. And then we get the nuke. Prime it. The beam is just staying in place. I don't know what he's doing with that. Detonate the bomb. Ah, Chief blew himself up. No! Or did he? Still no dialogue. Great. Is this a bug with the Master Chief Collection, or is Halo 4 just buggy? Are you real now? I mean, like, a physical being now? Your person height. He's totally dead now, isn't he? This is some vision of the afterlife. Hang on, let me see if turning up the volume helps this time. It's like I could tell by the music, it's just quiet. No, there's still no dialogue. I don't want the game to blast my ears off when the sound comes back. I'm not gonna leave it at that volume. Am I underwater? I'm still floating in space. a human ship?
Pelican 9-6er. We found him.
Mind if I join you?
Of course not, sir.
At ease, Chief. Feels kinda odd for you to call me sir. Beautiful, isn't she? I don't get to see her often enough. I grew up in New Harmony. Attended Corbulo Military Academy. Never saw Earth in person until I was an adult, but I still think of her as home. You don't talk much, do you? Chief, I won't pretend to know how you feel. I've lost people I care about, but never anything like you're going through.
Our duty as soldiers is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
You say that like soldiers and humanity are two different things. I mean, soldiers aren't machines. We're just people. I'll let you have the deck to yourself.
She said that to me once. About being a machine.
Oh, that's it? I thought he was going to monologue a little bit more. Credits? Nope, more cuts. Okay.
In this hour of victory, we taste only defeat. I ask why. We are forerunners, guardians of all that exists. The roots of the galaxy have grown deep under our careful tending. Where there is life, the wisdom of our countless generations has saturated the soil. Our strength is a luminous sun towards which all intelligence blossoms, and the impervious shelter beneath which it has prospered. I stand before you, accused of the sin of ensuring Forerunner ascendancy, of attempting to save us from this fate where we are forced to recede. Humanity stands as the greatest threat in the galaxy. Refusing to eradicate them is a fool's gambit. We squander eons in the darkness, while they seize our triumphs for their own. The mantle of responsibility for all things belongs to Forerunners alone.
Is this chief getting decommissioned? He doesn't want to be a Spartan anymore?
As you will.
Or just removing his armor?
But do not doubt the reality. The reclamation has already begun. hopeless to stop it.
He's got no face. Whoa! That's why we never saw it in the other games. There's nothing under his helmet. He's the Headless Horseman. Now, I'm glad we still don't, or at least at this point in the series, we still don't know what Chief looks like. 'Cause that's definitely one of those things that's not gonna live up to anyone's expectations. Okay, let's see. Credits, there we go. I've beaten all the games now, beaten the whole Master Chief Collection. It's time for credits. Edge? It's opening the credits in Edge? Hang on, I'm gonna get... Okay. Gonna go to intermission while I figure this out. Wants me to sync my data. I don't have Edge data. Don't know what that means. I'm gonna check that. Not connected to the internet. What do you mean not connected to the internet? Want to play a game while you wait? Yes, I would like to be in the game right now instead of loading the credits in Edge. It's so silly that it opens them in Edge. I hope it's a video file and not like a wall of text that I have to manually scroll through. It still says I'm not connected to the internet. Okay, I'll hit diagnose issue. It closed Edge. Go back in. Okay, what if I do something other than trying to open the Halo credits? What if I go to YouTube? Still does not want to open. That's dumb. But okay. I guess we can't have Halo credits. Because they open in Edge. I don't get it. Oh, I think there's a... I can... Sorry, I'm looking around in the extras menu. I can look at all the terminal cutscenes without having to have found the terminals. That's pretty neat. Anniversary cinematics. Oh, these must be like the remade cinematics. Yeah, I don't know which makes better scene for talking about my thoughts. So I guess I'll just go back to intermission because there's at least music there. I'd put up a Halo GIF if I had one, but I don't have that. Yeah, the original Halo series trilogy. I don't know if I can call. I guess I can call it that because the first 3 games do make up one story arc, so that does. I think by definition that is a trilogy, even if there is more story connected to the series involving the same characters. Like Star Wars. You have the prequel trilogy, you have the original trilogy, and then you have the sequel trilogy. It's 9 movies, but it's trilogies. The original Halo trilogy, I think, is worth revisiting. Halo 1 is fun for just seeing such, you know, the revolution of first-person shooters, the dawn of twin stick. Sorry, that my facial hair is bothering me a little bit. It shouldn't be bothering me while I'm talking, but it is. Halo 2 was definitely really fun, and I don't know if I can really say it fixed all the problems from the first game necessarily, but it was definitely a lot more fun to play. Not that the original wasn't fun, but, you know, it gets to that point when you realize, like, oh, this is all the enemies this game has. And which I'm trying to remember how many enemies the first game has. It's like they definitely had grunts and elites and hunters. I'm pretty sure jackals. And then like 2 or like 3 variants of Flood. So for the length that the games are, at least Halo 1 specifically, I don't think it was bad. Like it ended at the right time, like just as I was realizing, like, oh yeah, this is it for the enemies. This is as far as this game goes. You know, in terms of ideas. Obviously, in terms of story, it went a little bit further than that, but it's definitely, you know, for the very first game, for the kind of experience where you know other games build on it, so you go into it knowing it's not going to be the best thing ever. It's good. It's fun. And I definitely do not blame anyone who thinks, you know, if that's their favorite, or they just, you know, when it came out, they put a lot of time into it, replaying it, getting all the achievements or whatever. I don't know if it had achievements when it came out. I don't know if the original Xbox had achievements. Or if you like just decided you wanted to, you know, even if there weren't achievements and you just decided you wanted to beat the game on highest difficulty or get all the skulls or whatever there is to do in Halo. Yeah, I don't blame you. If you like Halo, it's not a bad thing. Like if you're a fan of the series, I don't blame you at all for wanting to, even if you started with a different game, if you decided you wanted to complete Halo 1, you wanted to do everything there is to do in that, I'm not gonna look at you like you're crazy. I don't know. I still cannot really decide, of these 6 games that I've played in this collection, which one is my favorite. I still want to say 2, because it was such a strong follow-up to the first game, and the only problem I really have with it is mostly just that the story clearly wasn't finished yet, that they left everything open to being finished in Halo 3. And then like maybe 1 or 2 levels that I didn't really enjoy, but I don't know, it's probably one of those things where like I was only having a rough time because I was, you know, frustrated trying to finish the level so I could end the stream or whatever, you know. One of those things where if I wasn't streaming, I probably wouldn't mind as much. Reach is also definitely close if it's not my favorite. I don't know if I really had any problems with Reach itself. I do kind of wish the jetpack was a little better, but that's not a problem with the game. That's just like a balancing thing. The jetpack is probably as good as it is in that game because of multiplayer, you know, for balance for multiplayer. I don't know. It's not something I want to dig into. I don't care that deeply. ODST is definitely my least favorite, but that's because it was really not. It's not trying to be Halo per se. It's trying to do a new thing, and I respect it for what it did. But it's just not my favorite thing. survival horror is not really my thing. At least not playing it. Like, you know, if Markiplier plays Resident Evil or whatever, I'll watch. But I'm not jumping out of my seat for, you know, to like, oh man, Halo did a survival horror. Oh, I gotta go play that. Like, whatever. I don't think it was bad. It's just not for me. And I think Reach was definitely doing a very similar thing, and in my opinion, did way better. And I do like the tragedy of the story, that, like, you know, like if you're paying attention to the lore, you know Reach is lost. Humans lose Reach. So you knew, like, this was not a fight you were gonna win. And then watching the story unfold and seeing all the characters die as you go along, it's a satisfying kind of sad. Like, I'm not one who actively seeks out sad stories, but I do like a particular kind, like when it's done right and it's not just trying to be like, hey, look, that character died, isn't that sad? Like I like it. You know, I like melancholy, but not just like depressing. And I think Reach was, you know, knowing that you were gonna lose, it was more like melancholy than it's like, oh, look, all these people are dying, isn't that sad? And I guess Halo 3 would be second least favorite, because I feel like it didn't do enough new and interesting, and it was mostly just wrapping up the trilogy. And I think maybe more of what it did unique, or what, you know, what the new it brought to the table was probably more multiplayer oriented, with like having a fully multiplayer story mode, and probably some stuff to do with online. I think I want to say maybe something with matchmaking. I know I read about it. I just don't remember the details. And I think 3 also introduced the Forge, where you get to like make your own maps and play those split screen and maybe upload them online. I don't remember. It's never really something I was into to begin with. So it's just like Halo 1. It's like, I would not blame you if that was your favorite, or if you put a lot of time into it. But coming off of 2, going right into 3, it was definitely disappointing. Not bad, just a little disappointing. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. Would I put 4 lower than 3? I don't want to say yes, because 4 mechanically following up Reach with like adding the powers, what I don't know if there's an official term for it, like the little things you pick up, and it's like, now you can, you know, jetpack. You got jetpack, you got a hologram. It's cool bringing those into the mainline. I don't know if Reach is not considered mainline. Bringing it into the Master Chief saga, letting Master Chief use those abilities, that's cool. And being able to sprint just whenever and not need a module for that, also really cool. But I don't know. I feel like I may be biased against 4, knowing it's not part of the original trilogy, that it's not continuing any plot, not directly continuing any plot threads from 3, not really introducing or delving into anything new or exciting. And also, it's probably just me. The plot didn't really make sense. I couldn't really follow it. I don't know if it just wasn't laid out well, or if it's something you just gotta revisit to understand, or whatever. It's like, you know, like I was saying earlier, like it starts directly after 3 with, you know, Master Chief being woken up, and then he gets found, gets sucked into this Promethean planet thing encased in a shell, and then humans come by, and he tries to get them away because he doesn't want them getting sucked up, but then they get sucked up, and then they leave, and then the bad guy also leaves, and he tries to get the thing. He gets the thing, even though we tried to stop him. He goes to shoot it at the Earth, and something got lasered on Earth. I don't know. It looked like everything was fine at the end. They didn't say if any city got blown up or glassed. And then we beat him. It's like, sure, this is the stuff with Cortana, and I guess she's dead now. 5 will probably bring her back, I bet. But I don't know, if it kind of just reminds me of like the glitchy Cortana stuff, the Cortana visions you get in 3, except it's, you know, Cortana's with you the whole time. I don't know, none of it really landed for me. And I don't know, I think I also have a bias that, like, first game or so that's on original Xbox, can't expect a whole lot out of the gameplay. And then 3 is like 360. You know, games are getting better. They're starting to understand how to really make a exciting game, like mechanically, and ideas are floating around. You know, people are iterating on the first-person genre, but it's still not like, we're still not at modern first-person shooter mechanics yet. Sorry if I'm slurring my words. My mouth is being weird. But 4, as far as I know, was like originally released on the Xbox One. And sure, that's like last generation or 2 generations ago. I don't know how the generations are working right now. I've like, this is the same console that the Doom remake or reboot is on. I'm not saying Halo needs to be Doom, but I do think that, see, it's tricky because I don't know I don't know when. I guess I can look that up. I don't know when Halo 4 released until a few seconds from now, when I type it into Wikipedia. 2012. So yeah, okay. So to be fair, Doom was 2016. That's four years later. So it's not like they could learn from Doom because it wasn't out yet. But it does feel like it's modern enough where I think there should have been... I guess I don't really know what mechanics I'm saying should have been in the game. Because, like, really, for a shooter, all you need is... You got move, you got look around, you got shoot gun, maybe a grenade. Halo have grenade. Maybe melee. Halo have melee. Like, that's all it really needs. I guess just I feel like the movement should have been maybe like, you know, having like mantling. This was come to be known. I could always consider it like ledge climbing, but I guess most people just call it mantling. You know, I feel like... I guess I'm just thinking it like Borderlands. You know, in terms of like Borderlands evolution. Like, you go from 2, well, technically pre-sequel, you go from that to 3, and, you know, you can slide, you can climb ledges, you can do a ground slam from midair. I'm probably thinking too modern in terms of shooter mechanics, because I don't know if shooters were really doing, like, ledge grabs and stuff in 2012. But that's kind of how I feel like 4 should have been. It should have been more of a leap like that. You know, going from Borderlands pre-sequel to 3. And it kind of does just feel like Reach, but now you're playing as Master Chief. I still don't know if I want to put it lower than 3, though. Because while 3 did wrap up that trilogy, I don't know if there were really any big moments in terms of story that I care about that happened in 3. Because you have, you know, you get Cortana back, you deal with the flood. You know, you're temporarily on the Flood side for that one moment before you kill the Covenant leader guy, and then that wraps up that plot thread. You know, now all the Covenant leaders are dead. And then you blow up the cartographer, was it? And then that supposedly gets rid of the Flood threat, which we didn't see them in this game, so maybe the Flood is gone? I'm totally sure they're going to bring it back for 5, though. Yeah, I think I would... It's weird that... Maybe it's just in the order I played them, and I you know, playing 4 after so many games is me getting tired of playing Halo. Not that I'm tired of Halo mechanically, but, you know, I'm still wanting to see more excitement and not really getting it from 4. But if I had played 4 and then played 3, I probably would still... I would probably put 3 lower. Maybe if I played them further apart, I would care more about 4. Because I feel like, in terms of what they do as games, I think I would put 4 higher. But again, I just can't get rid of that feeling of like, well, Halo 3 is part of the original trilogy, and I really liked 1 and 2. So I think officially I would say my rankings would go ODST 3, because 3 does feel more empty. I think that's why I would unbiasedly say 4 is better than 3. And you know, so ODST 3, 4, shut the door. 1. I also feel bad about putting 1 above ODST and 3 and 4. But again, it's like, for taking it as what it is, it's really cool. And then, I guess I would say Reach and then 2. So yeah, there you go. In ascending order, starting at the bottom and going to the top. That is my Halo tier, having finished the Master Chief Collection. I don't know if I want to play 5. Because again, after not feeling that compelled by 4, I don't know that 5 would really grip me if it's supposedly where the series starts to get bad. And I mean, yeah, that's it. It's like, if I didn't like 4, I probably would hate 5, but I think I do at least want to look up what kinds of gameplay changes 5 has, and maybe get a synopsis. Thank you, Windows Defender. Thank you for telling me you did not find any threats in the middle of my stream. Not in the middle, this is the end. Semantics. Now I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I want to see what Halo 5 adds gameplay-wise, and then maybe get a synopsis of the story to see if it goes in an interesting direction. But if Halo 5 is just like, you go on a journey to make a new Cortana, it's like, I don't know that I care. I like Cortana, but I don't care that much. So, for now, I will say expect a new game on Wednesday. I mean, either way, it's going to be a new game, but I'm getting semantical again. Expect a new series Wednesday. I don't know what I want to do, but I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just stream the rest of X. You know, Xenoblade X. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea to start streaming a game when you're on Chapter 9. If I still don't have the flight module, then I'll do a stream at least of getting the flight module. That's what I wanted to do when I was stuck on the components. Whenever that was, when I was like, I kind of soft-locked myself into grinding. But yeah, I didn't do it then because I just got the components after ending that stream. Yeah, for now, expect a new series. If 5 sounds interesting, we'll do 5. If I still don't have the thing in X, then we'll stream that until I get it, and then maybe play a little bit more with the flight module. But I don't really know. I was hoping to have wrapped up before the music loop started looping again. My sense of timing is so good. Thanks for watching. See you when we do whatever. Bye.